Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. I'm glad to have you. Thanks for joining me here. Let's get to your message. Collective. Remember, not everything's going to resonate, but take what does. Take what helps you to help yourself and leave the rest. Here we go. Thank you to all of you for your support. Welcome in newbies. Thank you, those who have been with me for a long time now. Let's get to the message. Oh, I grabbed a rune. Let's take a look at that too, just to get the general base of this message. The rune is Rye, though, and it talks about the right order and the right way to proceed with things. Here we go. Something about a kid, or somebody calls you, hey kid, something like that. Hey kid. They're your rock. Or there's something connected to that phrase and who has been your rock in your life. Hey kid. Oh yeah. Yeah. Some sort of mentor. Been with you for a long time. Gained a lot of wisdom from this person. Lots of protection from this person. This person was maybe secretive as a whole. Not in a bad way, but just, they didn't talk too much. The High Priestess in the reverse. Or they didn't talk too much about themselves. They didn't toot their own horn. They didn't bring a lot of energy in the way of having people notice them. Yeah, they just flew under the radar or something like that. They loved candy, chocolates, white chocolate, milk chocolate, all candies. Something about an exchange of cards all the time with this person. 8 of Cups, like really the use of mail. An actual card got in the mail. In your mailbox, 8 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, oh yeah. They were kind of a ride or die for you. They may still be. Love to play tennis. Something about tennis. Golf. Knight of Swords moved quickly. This person moved quickly. Always excited about something. King of Cups. Kept you in mind, though. A nurturer and a supporter for you. Kept you in mind always. Always had something they were giving you. Yeah. Good mental clarity. Always thinking of the next thing. 10 steps ahead of this situation or others so that you could get a leg up. It's like an angel on earth type of energy. 8 of Swords, yeah. Knowledge beyond their belief. I should say knowledge beyond belief. Their belief was very widespread when it came to you. They believed you could do anything. They always had an eye on you and eye on what else you could do, who else you could become. Great. Pushed you, but in a nurturing sort of way. Maybe you came from a situation that kind of you felt held back or you were a little bit shy. They always pushed you into the front, but not in a way that was traumatizing, but challenging maybe, and also definitely rewarding. Knight of Cups out here. Always with their cup of love for you. Always. And always wanting to make sure that they pave the way where others felt that too. Wow. Okay. 5 of Cups out here. 10 of Cups in the reverse. I think you maybe came from a family that could have done these things for you, but they didn't. Maybe parents. This is maybe like the next layer, like a grandparent or something that was really there for you when parents weren't, or parents were absent, or they didn't want you to be in regret or in lack. Yeah, someone who really went out of their way for you here. Beautiful. Always had their eye on the next thing for you. Really always wanted to prepare you or give you the next opportunity. Prepare you for or give you the next opportunity. The Devil in the reverse, the 8 of Wands. There was something in the home, I feel, that they felt like you needed to do to escape that was toxic. Always giving you the next thing to look forward to and keep you busy so you didn't see the toxicity or you didn't have time to be touched by the toxicity within the home. Something like that. Like, yeah, grandparents, but maybe the parents were toxic and slowed things down. Whereas they knew your potential and it was unlimited and they wanted to keep the momentum going there for you. Who is this person in spirit? San Francisco maybe is important here. The Three of Cups, the Seven of Wands, they're both in the reverse. Didn't want you to be misconstrued with some toxicity within the home. Didn't want you to pick up habits. Didn't want you to see yourself in maybe toxic situations within the home. There are 2 cards here about misunderstandings. This person observed the disconnects, the misunderstandings that they didn't want, that would be like pitfalls for you or something. Death in the reverse, that would end your momentum and your, good positive. They wanted good things to always be coming towards you for a good future. Things done the way they should be done, remember, is how we started this. Right order and the right way to proceed. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, someone that you can really count on. They were that. They were the rock. They were the rock. That kept things moving for you. 2 of Wands. Always on you about not being satisfied with your last victory, or don't be content where you are. Always be pushing yourself for more, for better. Never become complacent. Maybe something they said. Never become comfortable where you are. Always be pushing for the next thing. And they lived like that too. Or in some cases, they didn't live like that, but they really felt like they missed the boat. So they wanted you to feel that from an early age. 4 of Swords in the reverse. The Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Fool in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like in some instances, they felt like they didn't do this in their lives. So they wanted to make sure you did, because they felt like they really missed the boat, made bad choices or rested too much. And didn't push themselves. Yeah, where they really could have shined. Very emotional about that, wanting to make sure that you didn't do the same. Abundance. They were always about your abundance and making sure you were always about it. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And also taught you discernment. Who to close down, who to shut off. That wasn't for your best interest. Yeah, who to reject. Just flat out reject. Reject the worries and those that brought in worry for you. And this could be family too. Queen of Wands, of course, if it's family, you had to play ball when you were younger, but also, just not getting too caught up in some sort of web here. The Queen of Wands in the reverse tells me there was somebody who was very jealous and envious of you. And I feel like this is someone in the family. And this started even when you were very young. Okay, and this mentor, this rock of yours, this maybe grandparent, didn't want you to have to go down that road or to see this, but I think as an older person, maybe you're putting the pieces together now. Or for some of you who are in this now, they just wanted to always give you an opportunity so that you weren't at the mercy of someone who was very over the top emotional, but also manipulative with that emotion and very jealous of you. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, 6 of Swords in the reverse. This person may have looked a certain way to the outside world. Then they were very different behind the scenes with you, but this grandparent was wise to that. More of this kind of manipulative emotional game set. And they didn't want that for you. So they did their best to intervene, keeping you busy with knowing how that you could just do anything and helping you do that. Helping you also emotionally to realize that and not be drained or manipulated by someone who is overly emotional and manipulative within the family, I do feel. Okay, so let's see. We've got the 4 of Pentacles here and the 6 of Swords there in the reverse. Yeah, an emotional, jealous, or envious person in the family that also tried to slow up your role, slow up your progress, slow up your abundance. Just strictly out of jealousy. Your rock combated that in certain ways. 3 of Pentacles. But they had to play a lot of different sides in this to make sure that you were always taken care of. They had to pretend to maybe be in someone's corner here that they weren't, or maybe they were a nanny to you, and then they had to, placate the situation with others, even though they didn't believe in the way you're being treated, just so that they could always make sure they had some sort of influence. They had some sort of ability to help you and be close and be around you regularly. 3 of Pentacles out here now. Always finding like the next thing for you, the next group, the next opportunity, where you were going to grow. Where was your happiness? What were you interested in? If you mentioned something, they made it happen. They didn't wait. Ace of Cups in the reverse. They made things happen for you where others were shut down emotionally, whether they could help that or not. This rock made it happen for you when others should have been doing that and didn't. They were shut down emotionally. The Empress. Yeah. Here's the dichotomy of the read. An environment that you were in that shut down emotionally from you. And any opportunities, like there wasn't a hustle to help you with opportunities. There was always like a self-absorption on individuals' problems here rather than taking care of a child. And this was your rock coming in here and saying, yeah, anything you want to do, anything you want to try, I'm going to give you that leg up. I'm going to figure out how to get the leg up here, and I'm going to make sure that you are abundant as you should be and treated as the Empress that you are. Wow, emotional read for sure. For sure. Tough situation to be in as a young person. King of Wands. That's your energy. That might be your rock's energy. Actually, no, I don't think so. That's your energy. But the rock could see it. Your rock, this grandparent could see it. Yeah, they talk often about you, or they talk often about you. They're always behind the scenes pushing you or holding you or nurturing you or supporting you while you're moving into a direction that is very dynamic and taking over a situation or being the leader. They've always got your back. Yeah, great. Final message here. And yeah, keeping you from the injustices of the world that maybe they got more than their share of. I think the read in particular is about paying homage to them and just appreciation here for this connection that you were blessed with. 3 of Wands when you weren't blessed with other connections, okay? 3 of Wands, your ships came in from a very early age, even if you haven't realized that. Think about this person. Your ships came in at an early age because of this rock of yours. Your ships continue to come in because of this. Judgment in the reverse, because they told you, hey, there's nothing wrong with you if you were hearing otherwise amongst, parental figures or something like that, but that you can do anything. And you go out into the world and you do that. And that is who you are because they cultivated that in you. Wow. Definitely a tearjerker, but I try not to go there too often. Let's keep going here. Final messages. The Lovers in the reverse, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. They could see there was an imbalance that you were dealing with, and they didn't want you to be left out. They didn't want you to be rejected or feel rejected. They always wanted you to know how special you were and that you could do anything. Something about you could do anything, and it brings in your 10 of Cups, or it has brought in your 10 of Cups, or it has made the difference in your life. You can do anything. You believe that wholeheartedly now. Think of where that started. That's from your rock. Oh, charm. Hanger. This for me is hanging things up. Knowing when to do that. Let's get a little bit more on that. and when to play. Yeah, with the monkey here. This could also be your Chinese zodiac as well, the monkey. But what I'm getting from this is just know when to hang it up. The emotions of this now, because I feel like this person, if they've passed on, they would have told you now, have more fun. And if this person is with you now, they may be telling you, look, you know what to hang up, and you know that you need to have more fun. And it does have something to do with not always being alone. Let's grab an oracle. Yeah, finding a special relationship here as part of your abundance. Being seen in that way by another, or allowing yourself to be seen that way. I feel like if this person has passed on, they're helping you in that regard, still helping you, still trying to put some pieces together for you. Here for that. Let's grab an oracle. Exchange of gifts. I think that was you and them. I think they brought a lot of gifts to you in life. And the best being, the most prevalent being belief in self. Love of self. That you maybe weren't getting from the people, the very people that you should have been getting it from. And they could see that. And so they stepped in. High priestess energy. They were quiet about their intuition on this, and they were right on. Higher power. They might have also shown you a religious path or helped you with your faith throughout your life. Whereas, parental figures didn't, or something like that. Building blocks. And it has now become building blocks. Your faith has helped you with your building blocks in life. For a lot of you, this person has passed on. And for some of you, so there's a deep knowing that they're still with you. You sense that about them. And you always gained a higher perspective when talking with them that you can tap into now through meditation or somehow that's comfortable for you. And for others, if they're with you now, you really cherish that time and that connection. To be fair. That's what this message is all about. From the get-go, they were high priestess energy. They were very intuitive to your situation, and they wanted to make sure it was fair. Because it wasn't fair. So they were the difference maker there. Whoa. Whoa. And a nod to how can you pay that forward for somebody else? Yeah. How can you be that for somebody else? And maybe you're already doing that because you're a big thinker. Wow. That's big. That's a big message here. I hope you've liked this message. I hope you found it helpful and enjoyed it. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel to grow, helps me to reach others with a message like this, which is quite special. And until next time, please do utilize the link for Buy Me a Coffee if you feel inclined. I'd love to get a coffee from you. Thank you in advance. Until next time. Let's remember who we are, and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.